Hello, this is just a quick video rundown of the recent casting activities that I've been doing in the last few days of this summer of 2020. Let's get on with it. So I've been trying to do inlays, and what we have here is inlays I've wanted to do in brass, aluminum, and die-cast alloy mixture, whatever that is, cars and stuff, I guess. So this was my first casting in the brass. I had this inlay in it, completely burned out. I have some unusual colors in there, but the pour inside, it looks quite interesting in my opinion. Anyway, that was the brass one. I also poured a little brass ingot. Yeah, I tend to poke myself every time I touch these things. Anyway, that was the brass one. So the next one I wanted to do was the zinc or the die-cast metal ones, and that was this one. So as I was pouring it, some unusual events were happening, and it unfortunately floated. Everything floated up. So this has got embedded in here, so I hope to clean this up and reveal this a little bit more. But what's interesting about this one is the other side. This is heavy, very heavy. This is before I have cleaned up all of the dirt out of the crevices. This is very interesting, or to me, very interesting. So next up, when I poured this zinc, this was the slag. May remelt that. Also decided to pour a skull. This has not been cleaned up. It's very rough, but it will clean up very nicely. I think this weighs about 2 kilograms, just under the brass weight. Worked out nice. And then I did the pewter. I decided to melt down some pewter. So I made a few pewter bricks and a pewter kitty cat. A pewter kitty. A pewter cat. Pewter cat. And then I decided to get into melting the aluminum. So with the experience of this thing not filling in properly, that one, the mold separating, then I did the aluminum. And this inlay, it again discolored quite a bit. Very unusual colorations. You can barely see this heart in it anymore. So we'll see if I can get that to work in. Some cavities in here. Looks like it was trying to blow. There was some blowback from whatever it was. Some bubbles. Oops, some bubbles I mean. Anyway, the top side on this one isn't as interesting as the other ones. And this one, the last piece, is a test piece for texturing. I decided to do 4 different test patterns or test materials here. And the results are quite interesting. This was the feathers. At this angle, I can actually see the shapes of the feathers. I should try that again. A little bit better feathers, maybe. And this is sunflower seeds. And this is sawdust from drilling holes through a board. So this is the saw chips, or the chips of wood as I drilled through a piece of wood. And this is whisker shavings when I needed to get a shave. So that's the pattern you get. Not much of a pattern. It's just whatever. It's just a whatever. And then this is the foam background, of course. Interesting, I guess, from a weird sort of way. Anyway, that's been the casting fun of the week.